Hey, so in this video I show you how to make Pfeffersäckchen. For this we need some lean pork meat and some pork fat, roughly at least 30% fat to lean ratio, and then some salt and cure, paprika powder, then some black pepper, sugar and dextrose, and then I have some green peppercorns which were soaked but then now drained, and then finally some rum for the taste. However, if you don't want to add any alcohol, obviously you can also do it without. Then I would say let's start with the process. First thing first, cut the meat and the fat into cubes or strips. Just make sure they fit your meat grinder later on, and then put it in the freezer to get cold and firm, which makes the grinding easier. For grinding, I'm using the smallest perforated disc because this will be like a finer sausage. And then we grind it through once. Once the meat is ground, we can add the spices and also the peppercorns, and then mix everything well. Make sure it has a nice binding and sticks together. In the end, it should be like a nice cohesive mass, and then it's ready to fill into casings. For casings, I'm using artificial casings, but ones that are made for curing sausages. So don't use like standard plastic casings because otherwise the sausage will rot. Then fill them and put a knot on them, and then they are ready to hang and dry. Just make sure they are nice and tight and there are no air bubbles inside. And then you hang them for 48 hours at roughly 90% humidity and 25 degrees Celsius, which is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And then after 48 hours, the color has changed. They got a bit firmer, and now you can reduce the temperature to 15 degrees Celsius, which is 59 degrees Fahrenheit and roughly 75% humidity. And you can either let them hang a few days and eat them directly, or like you can see here, you can let them hang for a few more weeks. The texture changes a bit. The sooner you get them out, the easier it is to have it as a spreadable sausage. This one is like you can cut it into slices, but still a bit spreadable. And taste-wise, the pepper comes out nicely. It's like a rich and like very intense sausage. So yeah, as always, the recipe is below. If you like the video, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.